Why, a pleasant evening to one and all. It is almost 9 o'clock here in Abu Dhabi. This is Cindy signing in. Sorry, I'm quite a bit late today. When I was supposed to prepare for bed, I noticed a message coming from one of our fellow native friends, and he asked me, he said, Cindy, I've seen the contents of your videos, your uploads, and I'm delighted that you are you've started your channel. But may I please request yet you add some content about your ordeal while you were in the hospital. Can you please tell us more about that? So I thought, why not? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do now, right now. Before I prepare for bed, I'm just gonna create a short vlog in reference to the query and request of our kind gentleman who sent me that message. So anyway, moving on. Of course, when I was in the hospital, I was in comatose for 3 days, right? Remember? And during that time, the nurses and doctors, of course, administered so many cocktail of medicines, injections on my body. And of course, my case wasn't that simple. It's in the brain. The brain is a very complicated mechanism in the body. And while I was on comatose and I was in ICU, and I believe I've already been operated that time, but I was still unconscious. So while I was there, surely I have been experiencing some hallucinations. So I can still remember until this very day what I had experienced that still remain vivid in my mind. So let me give you some bits of information about that, just to be able to share it with you how it's like when you're in that situation, which hopefully no one would. Well, so okay, you remember I was having a tube in my mouth before, and that stayed there for 4 days, and no one can remove it. But anyway, going back to the ICU, one of those weird funny experiences I had. But before that, let me just screen something a bit interesting while I'm telling you those vivid memories I have. Let's play a little bit of game along with my explanation. Okay, these are either hallucination or true. So let's try and guess along the way of our discussion, which I will be calling Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3, and Exhibit 4. Okay, and it will be like a case study. And in each explanation, at the end, I will ask you what you think, what is your conclusion, if it's a hallucination, is it just a fragment of my imagination or hallucination as the effect of the medicines, or is it true? True. So you'll get the chance to either guess if it's true or false. True in the sense that it really did happen, or if it's just a hallucination. So okay, moving on, I present to you exhibit number 1. Okay? So when I was in the ICU, usually Halki is with me, who's always watching over me there. But that time, he's been called in the villa because there is an emergency. So he has to leave me. He has no choice but to leave me with the nurses. And he wasn't there in the ICU to be with me. My son was there. And then later, they noticed that I've been shaking, like I may be having seizures. Yes, just the seizures, because my scar has been bleeding profusely. So they went to the doctor, and the doctor told them to administer something on me so that the blood flow will stop, and I'll stop bleeding along my head. So it's a bit scary, right? Then they came in again with a tray of medicine and some injections. They immediately talked to my son. While I was hearing their conversation, the nurse said, we have to administer this very special medicine to her. If not, she will continue to bleed. But the catch is, this medicine is not covered by my insurance, and there has to be an advance payment, 100% full, 100%, for them to be able to administer it. Otherwise, they cannot. So I said, how much? Ask them. I told my son, ask them, how much is it? How much is it? And then they said, it's for just a treatment, one dose of treatment, it is 5,000. And I remember, I only have 400 dirhams in my wallet, and I have to pay full 5,000. I'm short of money. And then I was starting to panic. We were all starting to panic. Then my son called my good old friend Angie, who happens to be in the lobby, also waiting for me and praying and crying. And when my son phoned her, she immediately came to the ward to check what's the issue. Then so the nurses explained to her, and what she did is, she sat beside me. She told me, Sin, girl, you have only 400. Maybe me, I may have only, I don't know how much I have. And so She said, no, 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 wait, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Wait, let me think what I'll do. So, so, what she did is she took my wallet, and then she proudly said, she faced everyone, including the nurses. She said, wait, do not ever underestimate the wrist of a Filipina woman with her magic handbag. So what she did is she put the handbag on top of the table, and she started demonstrating what she can do with the money. What she did is she took each note of 100. She took it out from my wallet and put it on top of her bag, which is placed on top of the table. And once she placed the note, one by one, she whacked them in the middle. And every time she chopped the note, the money, the cash, it becomes times two. It multiplies into two. So if it's 100, it becomes 200. Amazing, isn't it? And then she goes on and on and on and on until the 400 got finished. And so, of course, we already have 800 by then. And then she continues until we even have extra cash. And then when she knew that she already came up with the 5,000, she immediately called them. She was so excited. She said, okay, come here now. Just do the treatment, okay? Already? Can you do that and save her? Come on, hurry. We shouldn't be waiting this long. And so when she paid, it was paid off and they administered. And after that, I felt better, and I started to just rest. And then after that, I felt fine. The blood started to stop. It didn't drip anymore. It wasn't. And I'm starting to get a little better. So in that story, exhibit number 1, there must be a conclusion in my mind. I was thinking that it only means that real friends stick together through thick and thin. That's the meaning of it. So exhibit number 1, let's go. Go to the game. What did I ask you? You draw a conclusion if it's either real or if it's a hallucination. Okay? So hang on to that. Let's jump into exhibit 2. Okay? So exhibit 2, it's about my son. He came to Abu Dhabi during that time when I was operated. Prior to that, before the incident, he was trying to apply for a job so that he can stay here with me and work in Abu Dhabi too. And so he's been passing CV. And since he is in the hospital already, he thought of applying there too. So during that night, then I'm still unconscious. I'm starting to move already. I'm starting to show some sign that I'm conscious. And they took a chance. They came inside the ICU, and they talked to me and talked to my son. They said that, Ma'am Cindy, you seem to need all the help you need, and your son is applying for a job here. Well, this is the HR talking. He came to us. Well, we seem to see some potential in your son. So far, in the first interview, he passed. But there is one thing that he has to do in order for him to get the job, the vacancy, the position that is we're offering right now. But this one, brace yourself, brace yourself. This is required as a medical research. For medical research, that's why they are doing this. And then I said, of course, I wanted to ask what is it about. And one of them answered, he told me, Ma'am Cindy, this is quite gross, but this is this is the procedure here in this hospital. That the only test that he has to pass is he has to subject himself and provide his scrotum to us. His scrotum to us. Upon hearing that, I got so furious. Maybe this is where I got my BP in the beginning, my high blood. I wanted to slap the face of the guy. He said, "Ma'am, please don't be upset. This is part of the procedure. It's an SOP. If he will give us his scrotum, perhaps he will get the job. This is for medical purpose. That's why we're doing this. It's for medical research." Okay. wait a minute. If you don't know the meaning of scrotum, I'm sorry, I cannot explain it here. Just please Google it, okay? One comedian says, he'd say, you goggles it, you goggles it, you goggles. Go and goggles it. So, I'll just ask you to Google the word scrotum. Scrotum. Okay? So, I said, I was so furious. I wanted to slap the man's face. I was already trembling with anger. So I said, "What do you want to do with my son?" No, 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 no way, no way. I'm not gonna let you do that. Leave my son's scrotum alone. We don't need your job. We don't need your job. So they left. They left immediately. They left immediately. Then after that, I lie down in bed. I was so tired because I got so angry. I got so furious. My BP raised. Then my son he told me also, "Okay, mama, I will not apply here anymore." So anyway, that is exhibit 2. Exhibit 2. So going back to the game. Going back to the game. What's your conclusion about that? What do you think it is? Is it true? Or is it just a fragment of my imagination or hallucination? What's your answer to that? Exhibit 2. Okay, so let's go ahead. And now we had exhibit number 1 and exhibit number 2. Well, now we're going to the next exhibit, which is exhibit number 3. Exhibit number 3 is, well, in the ward, of course, there are many of them, of us. And some cancer patients cannot be administered with injections for pain reliever. Some needed to take morphine. Yes, that's right. But legal morphine, the licensed one. And suddenly, I heard this police siren in the building. I got startled. I was asking my son, "Hey, what's going on? Why is there a police car here? Why am I hearing some siren? What's going on here?" know what was going on because of the morphine, which was not properly disposed. It's in the garbage room. These two cleaners, they were trying to smoke the leftover morphine. And of course, when the police detected that, they started to come inside and try to arrest them. So that's what's happening. That was the issue. And they were, of course, arrested that night. Both of them. So that was our exhibit number 3. Okay, so what's your conclusion? Did you draw your conclusion already on that? Was it real? Or is it again a fragment of my imagination, effect of the cocktail of drugs that I was taking? That's why I'm creating some hallucinations. So what's your conclusion? Okay, hold your answer. Just hold your answer. We will jump to the fourth one, which is our last exhibit number 4. Exhibit number 4. Okay, so we're done with exhibit 1, exhibit 2, exhibit 3. Now we're into exhibit number 4. So exhibit number 4, they 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 still are holding the, you remember the tube I was having in my mouth, which is fastened from the floor of my mouth going to the roof of my mouth, that long. And it's been connected to the tubes. That's how they feed me to keep me alive. And it stayed there for now. It's ongoing until 4th day. And they told me that no one can remove it, although the doctors gave them order already. But the specialist is not in the emirate. Unfortunately, he's in another emirate. He won't be available for another 2 days. But I was so desperate to have it removed because, of course, it's it's really discomforting, and it's starting to to bruise my mouth. I couldn't bear it anymore. I keep pleading to them, just please, please, this is going to kill me. Please remove it already. And suddenly, when I keep begging to them, I was already starting to cry, asking for help. So, later, about after 15 minutes, there is a guy who came inside. He came inside the ward, and he told me discreetly, just discreetly, he said, Ma'am Cindy, I know someone who can help you. I know someone who can help you with this. I feel you. I feel you. But these two persons, they're technicians. They know how to do the job. They know how to do the job. But they are not under the hospital's payroll. So you'll have to ask them what they want. Just give them what they want, and they will end your misery. So I was starting to get convinced that yeah, maybe this is the solution. Then later on, I said, okay, just let them in. Let me talk to them. So they were there in front of me. They wanna hear my decision. I said, okay, if I let you do this for me, how is it gonna cost? How much is it? He said, ma'am, since we are not under the payroll of the hospital, I'll have to ask you a big favor. But before coming here, we know who you are. We read your file. We know where you are working, and you are working in a big company, a well-known company. They read my file. And so I was curious. What could it be they want? And the guy started saying, ma'am, I know this product you have. It's an exclusive product. But you obviously I don't have a license. So of course, it's very risky for him to have that product because he doesn't have a license. And he wants me to get it for him. He said that you're the only one who has that product, and I know it's expensive, but I know you can have it arranged. You can ask someone from your company to bring it to you here. That's just what I want as a payment. I want that especially. So I was shocked. I was quite offended actually. Why are these people, why are they doing this to me? As if they don't have shame. So I decided, I said I have to be honest with them. I told them, brother, if you really can do this, you can remove my tube. I would truly appreciate that. But please, the one you're asking me, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. I cannot involve my company in this. No way. I'm sorry, I can't. I will arrange something for you if you want, but not through my company, and I don't want to give it to you without you having a license. That's illegal. We will both be arrested. And especially I don't want my company to be involved in this. So I told him, don't worry. I will get you. I will no. I will give you something. I'll give you something. But not that. I still have money with me. I have 500. I told him that. I told him that cash is better. Cash is